Steve, did you get the item from the Regent vendor?
I think so. The Chrono Boon Displacer, is that the right
Yeah,
one?
yeah. Use that immediately. Like use that right now. Like stop what you're doing. Just right click it.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Nice. Now you can die without losing the world buff, and we will all click that same item again whenever we get to like the 6th boss. Here we go again.
Let's see, what am I gonna do? They're probably not gonna let me. I'm trying to glitch to the front of the entrance, but they just feared me. Alright, this should work. Indeed it does. I've never used this item, this buff up here. This is Supercharged Chrono Boon Displacer. So the way it works is you get a world buff, which everyone expects you to have. You get it by just being in Thunder Bluff. You get the world buff. Now, if you die, you lose the world buff. So this saves the world buff, and we save it until we get to the last boss to make it easier. And we save it in case any of us die before we get to that point. We would otherwise permanently lose the buff. So this is a way of like holding the buff until you need it. Cool.
My bad. That was a little quick.
Lost my first roll. So a nice belt for me just dropped, which I will not be the proud owner of. Yay.
Any of those two cars, so be ready to check.
Crazy, man. This game's nuts, you guys. So the guy who won that belt I needed on whispered me and asked me if I want to buy it from him. So if I don't win anything by the end of this thing, I probably will buy it from that guy. So it's like, I don't want to because it's expensive for me. He said he'll sell it to me for 6 gold. Dude, I don't know. We'll see. See, what I'm thinking is now that he realizes we took one of our turns for rolling, because remember, this skill does it different. They allow you 2 contested rolls. So him and I used one of our turns on that belt, and he must not want the belt as much as another piece of gear. So back to the original thing, I'm assuming he just like wants a better item, or like the belts, he might have a pretty good belt already and he's like, this belt's not that much better. So I don't get it though, because that still wouldn't take away his roll, his one roll, you know. Let's just see. If I win something else, then I won't really need to buy that item. I could just win it later. Like I said, if I don't win anything, then I'm tempted to buy it so I can start getting gear. Like, I want to be geared out from this raid. You know what I mean? That's what's going to make my gear score go up. The girl called him, geared out the mind. Yes, I need to get geared out the mind. Dude, and if I have to buy a piece from this run, I'm like, yes, let's go. It'll probably make my... 99.9% sure it's going to make my gear score go up. And that's all that matters. The higher your gear score, the better... The easier. See, look at that guy's gear score. Veraxis is 312. I'm barely at like 214. Like, I have 100 points to go. But why does that guy want to sell it? Like I said, the only thing I can assume, and maybe I'm wrong, is that it's not that much better of a belt than he has. I should inspect him and see what his belt is.
If you wanted to roll.
Or he could have made a mistake and rolled on something. He's like, why'd I roll on that? We'll see. He might change his mind by the end of the run, too. We'll see. But I only have 6.6 gold. So that'll be all my money. Or you can bargain, say you'll give him less. I already bargained. He asked me how much was I willing to pay. And I said, I'm not playing that game. I said, you say first. And he said, I was thinking 7 to 10 gold. And then I said, nah, all I have is 6 gold. And he said, I'll sell it for 6 gold. I mean, yeah, I can come at him with a lower number and see if he does it, but... These guys, dude, they're ruthless. Kobe! Yo, Kobe, no. The guy who was talking to me was Sunni. What is he? He's a rogue. What's his belt? No, that's not a good belt. Why doesn't he want it? Dude, this game, then you add human beings into it? And then that good staff drops and the guys who are staff users aren't rolling on it. Even the leader just like in the party chat talking was like, what, you don't want it? Why not? Maybe he needs the money, but honestly, like, in this game, gear over money, dude. Like, I just thought of, like, a stupid saying. Gear over money, bro. I mean, it's all about gear. You need money to get gear. And if you just won gear for free, do you know what I mean? That it's like the piece of gear trumps the money. Who knows why? I should just ask him too. Like, why do you want to sell it? What are you doing? You know, there's a chance there's like, let's say there's 3 items or 5 items that he needs from this dungeon. Like, to be the best he can be. He might be being like, the belt's not like the best. He's like worried if something better drops or I don't know. Which is dumb too, because it's like, it might not though. Let's see if by the end of the run, depending on what gear he and I get, his opinion could change. And so could mine, because if I get like a dope piece of gear, I'm like, nah, I don't need to buy it, I got a piece of gear. Like I said, if I don't get a piece of gear, I'm going to be like, should I buy it? I kind of look at it like, well, however you had to get it. You know what I mean? If you had to buy it. That's a good WoW shirt. So I have a few designs for a WoW shirt. One's from my friend Phil, and he wanted to make a shirt that said, I'd rather be fishing the Barrens. Barrens is like a infamous map in WoW. That would be a good one. And then gear over money, man. That's funny. Oh, I need that Twilight Slayer's cowl, I'm sure. Yeah, I need that.
Don't even need it. That a boy, Sonny, coming in hot.
I got a 90 roll. I got it, dude. Finally. Dude, I needed that 10 agility. That's great. Let's see what this bad boy looks like. Oh, I got the hoodie, dude. Yeah, dude. Look at me, dude. Yeah, dude. Okay, cool. That's a great piece of gear. I think it's my second, right? Because I rolled on the belt in the beginning.
Oh, you got the belt? Okay, yeah.
I didn't get it, but I rolled.
No.
Oh, okay.
If you won that.
Dude, I told you don't stress. You're like, you were the one what? No, you were the one stressing. Yeah, I was stressed, dude. This game stresses me way out of proportion. But look at that sick cowl, dude. Oh, what? He's just cracking off shots. See, I was confused. I thought it was just 2 rolls. And that bugged me. I don't know if you noticed earlier in the stream when he said something, I made a face. But it's actually 2 items, so that's fair to me. I thought I had used both of my turns because I rolled twice on items that are contested. But he just said, no, it's only items you win. So I still have a roll. Dude, so ideally I win another piece and that guy sells me something. I would get 3 pieces. Alright, this is where we unsuspend the world buff.
A little 5-minute bio break for you guys.
And so now my gear score is 224. Man, that piece pumped me up 10 points. That's huge. That was a huge piece. It's a big piece. And this is part of a set. So if I got the boots and the tunic, if you get 2 pieces out of 3, you get plus 12 to attack power. If you get all 3, you get set. Improves your chance to hit with spells and with melee and range attacks by 1%. Dude, that's awesome. That's huge. It's big time. You're starting to look real formidable. The girl called M in the chat with one of these deals. Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. Never trust a person who says absolutely twice. Okay, so I gotta stop saying that. Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
That guy shouldn't have been standing so far to the left.
There it is.
He kind of... We gotta go... Are we going right? Oh, I've never gone right. Looks like we're going right, boys. I've never gone right.
Keep your chain.
Dude, my pet kind of saved the day on that. Well, helped a lot.
And then we got 2 healers.
Because we didn't have a tank for a second, and my pet can tank. I feel good. Let's go home. Dude, this offset stuff. Dude, I want to buy that belt now from that dude. Because then I'm gearing. Dude, he's geared. That's actually a term for guys who use steroids. They call steroids gear. So this is like the same concept. I want to be geared, dude. This is WoW steroids. Okay, but anyway, that guy admitted that he jumped the gun on that roll. I asked him, why don't you want the belt? And he's like, I just don't need it. And then I was like, did you jump the gun on that roll? And he said, yeah, I just saw a blue item. And I was like, cool. So it's not always like even malintentioned things, you know. Sometimes people... I'm not the only guy who gets nervous in that situation. You're so stoked to get gear that you're like, why'd I need on that, you know? So if I get the belt, I got 2 pieces of gear I needed out of that run, which I'm so down for. And I'll keep running it on this tune. But dude, so I'm gonna make this transaction with this dude. Dude. Gear score went up to 235. Dude, that belt bumped me up almost 10 points. Champions, the greatest champion they've seen in years. Welcome, Real Steve. Finally, guys. The girl called M. She knows how nerdy important it is to me. It's a blue belt, dude. And he got the cowl. That is so funny, that guy. He's like, I shouldn't have needed on it. I have a dope belt that raised my gear score by 9. Worth the 6 gold. See, like, my whole theory is get it however you can, when you can. You know, I might do this run in a few days and not get anything, and you're like, dude, I should have bought the belt, or lose the belt to another guy, right? And you're like, man, the day that guy offered me to buy the belt, it's one less thing. Then it's one less thing I have to roll on when I'm with that guild, right? So I'm not wasting a roll on that anymore. It was good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching... You have just witnessed another instance of Real Steve TV live in the flesh of the action, digitally. I will catch you on the next episode of Real Steve TV. Until the next time, peace.